Well, Neil, you spoke to the team yesterday about what Woking possess as a threat, and we expected that. They came out and proved that, but we've come out on the right side of it.
Yeah, it was always going to be a tough game. They, new guys come in and sort of steadied the ship. They conceded no goals in 4 games, and they were really well organised, really well drilled. They had a game plan against us, in that midfield to press us and block us in midfield, and they made it really tough. And we didn't have the answers. It's happened a few times to us, but they're footballers. It's human nature. You don't always have the answers, and we didn't early on in the game. And we was a little bit. We tried to overplay, and I've talked about that before in our press conferences. We tried to overplay a little bit. Everything was in front of them. We didn't penetrate enough, and when we did, we created chances. And then, obviously we get a goal, and I think we're probably fortunate. It's probably haven't deserved it on the balance of play, but to then concede from a mistake early in the second half, I thought it took us 5 or 10 minutes to get over that, because they were a better team then for 10 minutes. But I just said to the boys in there's something that doesn't come from me, doesn't come from anything, that they've got in that group that they need to realise. They've just got a never say die attitude, a real fighting spirit where they're not afraid to lose games of football, and that pulls them through when the going gets tough. And we know we're going to have chances in the game, and like I say, Barney's played another pivotal part in 2 goals there.
Has it felt like that sort of week where you've got your third on the spin, but we've had to come through adversity at the same time, conceding goals and having setbacks, but you come through it again?
Yeah, but it's like when you look at the scores at the end of the season, there'll be games excuse me, there'll be games you won't remember for being a great free-flowing game, a brilliant performance passing. There'll be games you just go, oh yeah, we weren't great then, but we ground that one out, and that's what has to happen. Sometimes when you're not at your best, you grind out a result. And the good thing is, from our point of view, although we have conceded probably too many goals as of late, and we've lost our sort of little clean sheet record, we look such a threat going forward. And we always know, even when first half we wasn't fantastic going forward, but we always know we're going to have 3 or 4 chances in a game. And today, as the game wore on, we had more and more chances.
Yeah, perhaps maybe even we could have more and made it more comfortable, but does it show the character in the team that when we get those chances, the players are coming up with those big moments as well?
Yeah, and again, Dallo's had his little spell. He scored goals. Joe Sabara scored loads of goals. Barney's now chipping in with goals and assists. Cal Maycock's chipping in. Runes has come in. Carl Hoodlin's come in. So everybody's playing their part, and we're going to need that going into the last 10, 11 games, hopefully 14, 15, whatever the games are going to be. So we, like I say, it's good team spirit. Probably a little bit tired, but still I thought we would have fit a team that looked the stronger as the game went on.
Yeah, speaking of that, it's the 3rd game in a week, and like you say, it's going right to the wire, and even in the last 20 minutes you have to hold on. And I think Booty's pulled off a couple of saves as well, and defensively coming up against the side with units in the team to really to shut them out really. Yeah,
they're a big strong team. I mean, I put the set pieces up, they had 6 in the box, and the smallest was 6'3", and when we've got 2 centre halves at 6'2", and then everyone else after, it's marking a giant. So we did well. Obviously they scored in the second phase for their first goal, but generally I thought we did quite well in that situation. But they're a tough team to play against, and I thought they were well organised, well drilled, big, strong, athletic, and we had to use the full 90 minutes to get the result we wanted.
Pre-match, obviously Stoz has to pull out. Does that change a bit the thinking going into the game?
Yeah, no, we'd named the team yesterday and done the work on it, and Stoz was ill and sick this morning on the coach, so we had to change that. It's never ideal, but we had to change that, and the changes worked, and the players that come in were great. So I've said to them in there, the chairman's told me I can give them tomorrow off. They can have 1 day off, which is nice of him. So we'll give him a breather and we'll go again.
Just to touch on the new man as well, Callum Riley, what will he offer in the sort of month or so that he's here?
Well, we've got to find out a little bit about him, where he is. He's had little niggles. He hasn't played a lot this season, so we need to try and get him up to speed, and judge him in training and get his numbers up high in training, because we're a fit group. And so at the moment we'll just find that out over the course of the week. You've got to remember, he only come in Friday and did 1 light training session. So, but I know he's a clever lad. He's played at League 1, played at League 2, so he's played above this level, and I know he can fill in if I need him to as a left midfielder, play centre midfielder, play as an 8. So we've got options with him, and like I say, I just thought it was Joe's played a lot of minutes this week, and at that point we needed him to go in and do a job for the team.
Lots of running this week as well. I'm sure, looking at the stats, the lads have put a lot of minutes in under the belt, and good to have that week to prepare for Maidenhead now.
Yeah. It's sort of catch-22 when you're on a good run of form, your momentum, you want your next game to come quick, you just want to play. But in the same vein, after that week, we have got a sort of quite a tight-knit small squad. It just gives us a chance. We get Newts back hopefully next week from his illness, and 1 or 2 more, and we'll be strong next week.